Welcome, I am Attila. Today I'd like to speak about the Magnum Opus, the Great Work, which is also referred as the Philosopher's Stone or as the elixir of the eternal life in alchemy. This alchemy process is the transmutation of turning lead into gold, but it is not about physical gold or immortality. It is about mental and inner alchemy, mastering ourselves, developing an unshaken spirit and an unbreakable mind by understanding the seven Hermetic Principles explained in the Kybalion. These principles are interconnected, and applying them allows us to influence the three planes of existence: physical, mental, and spiritual. The principle of mentalism. The all is mind, and the universe is mental. Essentially, all is one, and the one is all. Nothing exists outside of it, and everything is connected, which represents unity. Reality isn't static or physical, it's a subjective mental construct originating from the mind and inherently flexible, in constant motion, and ever changing. This directly linked to the third principle, the law of the vibration, which explains that nothing remains the same and it is in a state of constant change. Everything we see is a product of our collective consciousness, and it was imagined first and then created from matter. As Neville Goddard said, God is the supreme power of imagination. If everything is mind, we are also the creator, and we are co-creating with the universe. This principle connects directly to the second principle. The principle of correspondence. As above, so below, as below, so above. I also like to say, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. This principle reinforces unity again. The macrocosm reflects the microcosm, creating harmony. There is a harmony because everything comes from the same source, the unity, with the same characteristics, laws, and principles applied. There is also hierarchy where subtle gives rise to dense, spirit orders and creates matter. Think about experiencing synchronicity, which shows us the relationship in different planes of existence. What happens on one plane, for example on the spiritual, corresponds to what happens on another, on the physical. The principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. As we touched on earlier, everything is in a constant motion. Imagine a wheel spinning so fast it appears still, or objects with slow vibration seemingly motionless. Matter vibrates, but the mind vibrates at a much higher frequency. As Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This vibration is the constant change between the opposing poles, for example, hot and cold. And here comes into play the principle of polarity. The principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Opposites are identical in nature but different in degree and may be reconciled, which is a reference to the unity again. Light and dark, hot and cold, like and unlike are simply two extremes of the same thing. This applies to your mental state too, which you can choose. Mastering mental transmutation means, for example, eliminating fear by cultivating courage, and the fear will disappear. Ignoring or suppressing fear won't eliminate it, just as suppressing darkness won't, only the introduction of light can dispel it. To destroy an undesirable mental vibration, concentrate on the opposing pole you want to eliminate to change its polarity. This way you can turn frustration to delight, turn sadness to joy, and turn every challenge into opportunity by looking at them invitations to grow, experience, and express yourself. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. This principle states that everything in the universe operates in cycles: day and night, the seasons, life and death, the feelings of sadness and joy, which is directly linked to the principle of polarity and vibration. The pendulum swings between the opposing poles in constant motion. Understanding this natural flow brings acceptance by knowing when to advance, when to retreat, when to ascend, when to descend, when to act, and when to react. This allows us to be in harmony with our true nature, be our authentic selves, and just to be as we are. Rhythm can be neutralized through the art of polarization, mentally ascending to the higher plane and allowing the undesirable feeling on the below plane to pass, and knowing that everything is a mental creation of all and we are a part of it, therefore we have the power to create our reality. The principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law, chance is but a name for law not recognized. This principle states that every action generates a reaction, there are no accidents, and everything happens according to universal laws. Everything we do, think, and feel comes back to us at some point in some way. We reap what we sow. It is important to understand that these effects do not appear immediately but takes time to manifest, so don't give up before seeing results. The key is consistency, persistence, and patience. It is also important to differentiate between conscious and unconscious causes to identify negative beliefs and replace them with new empowering beliefs, because everything we experience in life is the result of causes that were set in motion previously. The more we contribute to the well-being of others and the balance to the universe, the more we receive positive effects in return. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This law explains that masculine and feminine principles exist in everything, and it is not solely related to physical sex, but to the mental and spiritual planes. Feminine is the soil, the essence of becoming, representing creativity. Masculine is the seed, the essence of being, representing desire and will of action. This principle also includes the generative principle when a new thing is created, referred as the 13th within alchemy. This requires nurture and care. What matters to us daily acts as the driving force of our thoughts and actions. Understanding that everything has active and receptive aspect and knowing when to act and when to allow things to flow naturally helps us to balance action and surrender. I would like to finish with a quote from the Emerald Tablet. Use your mind wholly and ascend from earth to heaven, and then again descend to earth, and unite the powers of what is above and what is below. Thus you will gain glory in the whole world, and darkness will flee from you at once. When we are in harmony with our higher self and with the universe, we act with intuition, we achieve inner peace and flow. In this sense, the simple act of existing becomes an expression of the sacred. I trust you enjoyed the video and found it helpful.